Ah! Hi! The overlay's all screwed up.
It's beautiful.
Why do you want to cover my face, Simon?
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of Rime of the Frost Maiden. Well, it is the Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign, but we're calling it Secrets in the North. We are going to be exploring the lives of 5 very interesting individuals as they travel through Icewind Dale and try to undo the harm that was caused by Auril, the Frost Maiden. That said, I am Simon at Wandering DM. Welcome everyone to tonight's show. Before we begin, I would just like to thank our sponsors for tonight, beginning with Roll20, the platform that we use for all of our games here on Wandering DM. You can get Rime of the Frost Maiden on Roll20 right now if you want to play the campaign at home with your friends through the internet, because we're not allowed to be at home with people. But check it out. It's on Roll20. You can go on roll20.net or use the panels down below. Our second sponsor tonight is Found Familiar. Great coffee company. I just ordered for like 10 pounds of coffee. And we'll get them soon. Yes, I ordered a lot of coffee. And you should check them out at foundfamiliar.com. And if you use code WanderingDM, you get 10% off your subscription. Our other sponsor for tonight is Maiden Press, makers of 5th edition D&D supplements. Their Kickstarter, Conspiracy in the Star, was successfully funded. It's an adventure that was written partly by me. So if you want to check it out, check out what I made. I may have introduced a certain duo of twin brothers that are fighting supernatural threats using an old car that belonged to their father. So that's canon now. Anyway, check out Conspiracy in the Star and check out Maiden Press at store.maidenpress.com. And finally, our partners through the Diceomancy program, Level Up Dice. You can check them out using the purple torch down below or the link in chat. That said, let's introduce our cast before we delve into our game tonight. And before I come back with another announcement that I completely forgot about. But that said, let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, who you'll be playing in this campaign. We'll begin with the person to my right on the overlay, and we're going to go clockwise. So we will start with Kelly.
What? Oh, hi.
Introduce yourself.
Okay. I've done this before. My name is Kelly, mostly known as the Opera Geek, but I do actually have a real name that my mom gave me. And I am playing Sarkya, who is a human wizard with 2 Z's. And I want to add a small note because I see it's already starting in chat. Characters of Kelly and Pirate Jesus are not Kelly and Pirate Jesus, so please don't try to pit the characters against each other. Just give us a chance. I'm sure we'll bicker enough for you. Trust me.
Our next player is Justin.
Yeah, that would be me, or Pirate Jesus, as Kelly is so kind to say. We'll be playing Ragnar, the ranger of the group. And yes, please don't ship us. I don't think he needs to be shipped with anyone.
Up next is Tumai.
Hello, I will be playing Alize today, and she's a rogue.
Next is Justice.
I am Justice, Stashman doing all the socials, one half of the team at Bard and Barbarian. Tonight I am playing Etten. Hello, he is only a cleric. I'm a Furbolg cleric, yes. Can't wait to meet you all.
And last but not least, Diana.
Guys, I'm Diana D'Amico. I am the other half of Barden Barbarian. I'm also the affiliate manager over at Die Hard Dice. So tonight I am playing Helafine, who is a Goliath monk.
And I will be playing all the villains and NPCs. And one more thing in this campaign, if you look down below on Twitch, you will notice that we have 4 panels. If you wish to help or hinder the group, you can give them a mug of something warm, which will give them advantage that they can use whenever they want, or you can try to bring about Oral's Wrath, which will only do something if everyone has incurred her wrath at some point. Otherwise,
You didn't tell me that you were gonna let them try to kill us.
they won't. I only allowed things that can help, and Oral's Wrath, which is the one thing that might hinder. But everything else is giving advantage to you all, or giving a boon from the sun god Lathander. Because the sun is gone.
I mean, Kelly, sometimes it's kind of fun to let him take a
Every
stab at it.
single time this happens, I draw like you lose all of your earthly possessions from the deck of many.
There's nothing like the deck of many.
I always draw the level up card, so it's fine. We're good.
Yeah, sure, fine. Yeah, just take all my stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
That's
I'll give
great
it
for
back,
you.
and I'll protect you. It's fine. This is fine.
So, if you hear, dear players, from your Roll20, there should be the sound of wilderness. If it's too loud, you can go under your options in Roll20 and lower the volume. Chat, same thing. If the sound is too loud for you, just let me know and I will adjust it. But otherwise, let us begin our adventure. We find ourselves in the town of Dugan's Hole. It is a small, very small town on the shore of the Red Waters Lake in the 10-town region of Icewind Dale. 2 years ago, the sun disappeared. Every night since then, a giant white rock, ridden, some say, by Oral herself, has been seen flying across the sky of the north, leaving in its wake an aurora borealis that covers the entire sky in this perpetual twilight. With the absence of the sun, the temperatures dropped drastically. Or dramatically. Just pick one. Food began to be scarce. Prey animals fled to the south to warmer climes, or were hunted down by predators who could not afford to live without proximity to their food source. The waters of the Red Waters Lake, as well as Lake Dineshire, practically froze over completely, halting any naval-based trade that there was in the north. For now, the only way to get to the 10 town is to walk through the spine of the world. An endeavor that some of you have undergone recently. Others have lived in the 10 town for a while. Months, years. And some of you are downright native from this area of Faerun. As the camera pans closer to Dugan's Hole, where the start of our adventure takes place, who amongst you would like to go first? Or I'm gonna make you roll.
I was going to volunteer, but I think we should roll. That's just...
Yeah, I like random. Let's do some rolls.
Alright, I'll say everyone roll for initiative, and whoever rolls the highest begins.
I pulled a 7.
11.
3.
8.
And with a 22...
I was avoiding to say it.
No, I saw it. With a 22, we'll focus on a new arrival to Dugan's Hole today. A lone figure who's been trekking across the tundra from all the way from Lonely Wood. Who is this person? What does she look like?
She walks in and she looks very tired, first of all, and kind of beat up, but she still has a glow about her. She almost seems like she's gliding across the snow, and she has long white hair, and she has almost a blue tint to her skin, or it might be just a cold that her lips kind of look purplish. And she's wearing winter clothing, wool fur, and a dress.
And as you approach Dugan's Hole, you notice that the town is not that lively. There are a few people here and there, huddled together for warmth, mostly wearing heavy furs. The village itself is not a place. It's not a destination for any visitors whatsoever. The Hole is also a settlement that lies at the end of the trade route in the Ten Towns, much like Kirkonig. You either go to Dugan's Hole because you have nowhere else to go, or you go to Dugan's Hole because it is the closest place to the south that you can find in Icewind Dale. As you approach the town, you notice, somewhat to your right, next to the lake, a hill upon which rests several stones, obelisks, set about in a sort of triangular pattern. In town, a few children can be seen playing Wolves and Giants, a popular game where they chase one another. Doesn't really make sense, but they have fun. They're about the only people that are currently having fun in Dugan's Hole. Everybody else is depressed, or at least that you can see. They're depressed, they're cold. And tonight, as it is a night of full moon, they are readying themselves for their monthly sacrifice to Oral. You know, coming from Lonelywood, you know of these sacrifices. Every town has its own superstition regarding how to please the goddess of winter and how to try to make sure that she doesn't freeze everyone to death. And places like Lonelywood and Dugan's Hole, or am I mistaken? Let me just check if Lonelywood has the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. In Lonelywood, they will normally take a day's catch of food, be it hares, whatever elks they can find, or knucklehead trout, which is still quite abundant. And they're gonna leave it out for the chosen monsters or chosen creatures of Oral to devour. Here in Dugan's Hole, from what you can hear as you walk into the town, they sacrifice warmth. Today, none of the braziers in town are alight. None, perhaps, except for one home. One house. And I'm gonna turn the camera to Etten.
Oh, hello.
Etten, you've lived in Dugan's Hole for a while.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit what your home looks like?
Yes. I've set up my home on the edge of the town, and it's very close to the edge of the lake. And this is where I go and I do the fishing. This is I'm a tradeless person generally, so I went to the town and I learned how to fish, and I learned how to ice fish when the cold came in, and that became the way that we made a living. And it's a very small shack. I just put it together with the timbers that I could find. At first, the folks here were very superstitious and they didn't like me in, but eventually I just I won them over with my positive attitude. And I don't believe in their superstitions because the light of Lathander will find us all.
Does the light of Lathander shine in your home? Do you keep a light on even though people are...
I do, but it's a very small one. I do respect their traditions and their way of life, but I keep a small light in my home because I don't like the darkness to ever creep in fully. But it's very small.
Like a candle or something?
It's a small candle, and I keep a little shutter around it so that it's only there for me. It's my secret little light.
And speaking of you and your secret light, what do you look like?
Oh, well, most people might be intimidated from me until I start to speak. I'm quite large. I'm about 7.5 feet tall, and very, very well bulky. Now, generally, I would carry a mace for protection, but more often around the town, you would just see me carrying my little fishing net. Always I have a shield with me. It's always with me, and it looks a little small in my hands, but it's a small buckler with a rayed sun upon the front of it, and I'm never far from it. It's always part of my accoutrement. Some light armor that I've picked up over the time. It's not very well constructed, but it'll get the job done if I have to face a woodland or a beast of the tundra. So,
Speaking of beasts of the tundra, Alizé, it's Alizé, right? How do you pronounce it? Tumai?
Alizé.
Alizé, okay. Alizé, you would have noticed paw prints in the snow as you made your way to Dugan's Hole. Wolves, and big ones at that. You never met them, though. You never saw them. But clearly they prowl the area about an hour away from town. Hunger and cold has made them very brave, or very desperate. Speaking of these wolven tracks, if we wind the clock back a bit, we would see another person hunched over this set of tracks. Another person who's been traveling, I think also from Lonelywood. Is it the case, Ragnar? As I frantically get my notes.
No, I'd be coming from Tourmaline.
Ah, Tourmaline, sorry.
Tourmaline. Still from the north, but just a little bit farther from the north, or a little bit to the east from there. Yes, I would have been probably caught up on these tracks, providing, I assume, are these tracks fresher or older?
By the time you happened on it, which was before Alizé, they were make a survival check old.
They were... Ragnar's had a very long journey and his eyesight's not.
Yeah. You have the feeling that the wolves are right there. But that can't be. It's not. They look fresh, but it might just be because it hasn't snowed in a while, and the cold sort of preserved the prints, the tracks where they were. Sort of hardened the snow around them, giving the impression that they're very, very fresh. But you don't smell any wolves at all.
It's so unusual that they're this close to town, so...
Yes.
bothersome.
By the way, who is inspecting these tracks? Who do we see?
You would see a sort of lithe figure in immaculate furs. Sort of, he's a figure who he would appear to be maybe sort of what most would come to assume would be someone who's sort of like a newcomer to Icewind Dale, like the kind of person who just comes out like a dandy and just buys brand new fresh furs and new clothes and is out there for an adventure. But he is very much someone who has been out in Icewind Dale for a while, and he just takes very good care of his clothing and his furs, and every bit of his armor and his hair is the most attention to detail. Everything is pulled tight and trim against the cold and everything else. He has stark, almost unnatural white colored hair that sort of stands against the background of the snow, and also his skin is a very pale color as well. It stands in stark contrast to his sort of grayish colored eyes.
As you get back up from looking at the tracks, you know that you're about an hour away from the warm interior of an inn, the probably a good meal, warm-ish, and a beer. And then you remembered, fuck, tonight's the full moon. Which means that this place, like Tourmaline, are gonna be doing something special. Tourmaline, as you well know, is in the habit of sacrificing warmth every full moon. No flame, no fire, and most everyone sleeps on the same pile of furs in town and huddle together for one big, like, cuddle pile for a night and try to not, die of exposure.
Almost gives me a moment's pause to think about finding shelter out here in the wild. Almost. But I will resume trekking back into town.
Alright. You trek back into town. We're going to forward the clock a little. It's getting late. Well, okay, for the purposes of this campaign, we will be calling out time of day. It makes 0 sense in how this adventure is made. But believe me, even in the book, they say things like night and day, where it's always night. But they have means of tracking time, and it's more of a perpetual twilight, so you can see if there are stars or no stars above. So if there are stars, then you know it's nighttime. It's just very hard to track time by the minute. But we know that it is approaching nighttime when, from a completely different route, coming from the northeast of Icewind Dale, comes in, well, a very tall figure, I guess, if compared to most of the people that lives in Dugan's Hole. Helafine. What do you look
hi.
like? What do people see? Who do they see walking alone in the snow towards Dugan's Hole?
Well, I mean, if you paid really close attention, you'd probably notice that I have blue skin and some markings on my face, so you'd know I was a Goliath. But I'm real small. I'm only 6'3", so a lot of people don't notice that right away. Yeah, I kind of look a little lost.
And as someone who has lived in Icewind Dale all your life, It really depends on the person, but just how well acclimated to cold are you?
Oh, this is super.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way down the path that would lead normally to the town of Goodmead. You've left Goodmead behind a few hours ago. The people there even warned you against going to such a shithole as Dugan's Hole. There's nothing there for you, they said. There are no reasons for you to go anywhere. Why not just stay in Goodmead and, by all means, purchase some of their very expensive mead while you're at it. But you made your way to Dugan's Hole nonetheless. And as you arrive, you pass by a small little shack made of twigs and mud and logs. It's charming, if rustic. The rest of town lie before you, a bit like with Alizé. You would see children play in the snow. You would see a lot of very depressed people. There are no smiles on their face. Well, aside from Eden, there are no smiles on their faces. There's no point to living in Dugan's Hole anymore. It's just surviving. And you can hear a few things as you walk closer into the town, and perhaps the only place that would accept visitor, which is an inn, a small inn, really, goes by the name of The Hole. Is that it? I wrote it somewhere. I'm sure I did. Yes, The Hole in the Ground. The Hole in the Ground is a small inn and tavern for visitors. And as you make your way there, you would hear people in the streets talking about how, you know, tonight's gonna be worse. There's apparently there's a seer in Goodmead who told someone who made their way to Dugan's Hole yesterday that there will be a blizzard tonight. And of all the nights, tonight is not the time for a blizzard. That, and what about the Dejar kids? And, you know, how they're still missing. They're, after tonight, for sure, like, there's no point in trying to say that they're still alive. They're gone. And it seems to weigh heavily on everyone's mind. As you enter the inn and close the door behind you, the camera snaps over to someone else walking in the snow, making her way to Dugan's Hole. Potentially holding a lantern aloft?
Well, strapped to the belt anyway. Your hands get cold if you hold it aloft for too long, and your arm starts to go to sleep. However, coming up from the south, actually, is a lone figure trudging through the snow, slowly, definitely not used to snow. And she is, if I can remember to pull up the character sheet, she's a fairly tall human, not as tall as Heliphine, obviously, but maybe about 5'11" or so. She's very fair-skinned, almost more so than you see normally in humans, and her hair is like a silver with it's braided across the top of her head to keep it out of her face. If you get closer to her face, you would notice that the strangest thing about her is her eyes, which are very, very pale ice blue, with kind of going towards dark at the outer rims. Not something you normally see in a human. And she's got her coat, which looks very tattered, wrapped very tight around her, as close as she can. And out of the top of the coat, you see pop a little head. And she kind of kisses the top of its head and makes sure it's tucked back down into the coat to stay warm as she keeps trudging through what I would assume would be about knee-deep snow to Dugan's Hole, which looks extremely uninviting.
It is. It's got a 1-star rating out of 3 on the Icewind Dale Yelp page. That said, though, as you're trudging through the snow, the lantern turns green for just one flicker. Just a space of a half second.
Does it flicker, when it flickers, does the flame go in any particular direction?
Towards the village.
She nods slightly to herself, as if it's just confirming something she'd already suspected, and pulls a hood of the coat up over her head to combat what seems to be some fairly driving small snowflakes that are starting.
Back at Dugan's Hole. I'll go back to Etten first and then Alice a second. Etten, would you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Ooh. That is a 13 plus 6, 19.
You feel it again. That pricking sensation in the back of your head.
Oh, goodness. There it is again. Something is about.
And just as you're... I assume that you're outside fishing when this happens. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, sure, yeah. There's no good time to fish. There's no bad time to fish. We just fish whenever we are.
As you are, looking around, feeling the back of your head, you notice someone else in town. In a group of 3 people huddled together, trying to play dice on the snow. One of them does the same movement as you. Puts a head in back of their neck, looks left and right to the sky. You can even hear them mutter, "Did y'all feel that?" And the 2 others are, "Feel what? I didn't feel..." "Stop delaying and play. We know you're down to your last copper. Come on." And he just looks confused for a second and then goes back to playing the game.
As a denizen of Dugan's Hole, do I know who this individual is?
Oh, yes, of course. You've lived there all... I should have come up with names. He's part of a family of 3... so it's 3 brothers that are huddled together. Their names are Rob, Bob, and B-Bell.
Oh,
that would be Bob.
There. Bob,
yeah.
Did you just feel a strange prickling sensation on your neck? For I just felt it as well.
I thought I got bit by a mosquito, but I haven't seen a mosquito in 2 years.
Oh, surely they don't live here no anymore.
You figure it's some sort of divine thing?
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but there's definitely some magic involved, I'm sure of that. How long has this been going on for you?
And he looks at his 2 brothers, and then back at you, and takes a few steps away from them, and says, It's not the first time.
Oh, yes, it's not the first time for me either, but it's getting stronger. Do you feel it getting stronger, yes?
It's like it's insisting that I let it in.
I don't know a whole lot about what's going on in the world, but I would suggest not letting it in. That's generally a good source.
No, I keep myself shut very tight.
That's a good process. Well, I'll bid you adieu. If anything else happens, let me know. And if you need some blessing from the Light of Lathander, just, you know where to find me.
Does Lathander help in dice games?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Lathander lets you come up with your own luck, yeah?
I guess I can't come up with any.
Well, let me just see here. Can I give him a little guidance?
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would like to, give him a little raid sun symbol, and there you go. There's a little guidance from Lathander. Let's see if it helps you out with your luck.
Guidance adds a D4, right?
Correct.
He goes back, eager to play his round of dice, picks up the bones, shakes them, looks at you and winks, rolls the dice, and gets a very crappy result. And he just hangs his head down as his brothers grab the last of his 2 copper pieces.
Oh, I'm very sorry about that, but, Lathander says each man makes his own luck.
Well, Lathander can sud it.
Oh, I wouldn't be saying that. Lathander will return his light to this land, just you watch.
I would love that. If all it takes is for me to get smitten, and he looks up, then do it! Yeah.
Oh, that was very scary. I wasn't sure quite what would happen there.
I hoped, and then I got disappointed, as usual. Yeah, have yourself a good day, Etten.
You too. We'll see you around. Keep a stiff upper lip.
And he tries to keep a stiff upper lip, but it's frozen over anyways. His entire mustache is frozen. It's gonna be stiff forever.
I'd like to stand up and with my prodigious height, I'll start to make my way back towards my hovel, but take a look around and see if there's anything that would cause this prickle of sensation.
Ooh.
that is a little unusual, if there's anything about.
You would actually notice there are by this time you didn't see Ragnar come in, but you see coming in from if you look at the map, that would be coming in from the northeast, northwest. Wow, I'm an idiot. From the northwest and the northeast. 2 different figures. Travelers.
Ooh, travelers, and on the full moon? Oh, this is such an exciting thing. I wonder what they're doing here.
It is very, very strange for one to have any travelers coming into Dugan's Hole nowadays, and 2 for many, well, at least more than one of them to show up on the day of the night of sacrifice.
Let's see. With map in mind, where am I standing right now?
With the map that you see on Roll20, you would be standing. So I'm assuming that your shack is where the double O's in Goodmead is. I'm trying pinging it.
Oh, yep. That sounds about right. They'd push me out towards the edge of town, yes.
And you would be right here right now, talking to the 3 brothers. So you're maybe 100 feet away from your home.
Okay. And I see 2 figures approaching, one from the northeast, one from the northwest.
The one from the northeast looks, well, for a Furbolg, kind of average height. But the other, coming from the northwest, is almost... was very hard to see. She's dressed in white and is very pale, and she almost blends in with the snow.
Ooh, this is very, very good omen on a night like this. Oh, hello, hello.
Who do you wave at? Or do you wave both?
I see both of them, so I'm gonna wave at both. Oh, hello, hello. Welcome to Dugan's Hall. Hello.
So both Alice and Elefine, roughly, I don't know, 30 yards from you is this Firbolg. What's your hair color again? Blue? No, that's Elefine.
My hair color is blondish brownish.
Blondish brown.
When it's
oh, yeah.
not frozen up, but my skin has a slightly blue tint to it.
So yeah, a bluish individual with brown hair waving you down.
Oh, hello! Welcome to the town of Dugan's Hall. I'm not the official spokesperson, but I see you, so I'll welcome you.
Hi. Thank you. It's nice to see someone here.
Yes. There's not a lot of folks about.
If you weren't the official welcome party, where is the official welcome party?
Oh, there's not an official welcome party. People here don't like outsiders, but I like everyone.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lot of people pass through here, does it?
Oh, definitely not. If Dugan's Hall were the last stop on a train station, on a wagon train station, no one would ever come here.
Everyone looks kind of sad.
It's because the sun hasn't shone in 2 years.
You are the Poughkeepsie of Icewind Dale.
Yes, Poughkeepsie.
I forgot to add something to your notes, Justice, so I will announce it live to everyone. Or if you want, I can just take 30 seconds and type it for you. Do you want it private or public?
Ooh, let's make it private. Let's keep the secrets of going.
Ooh.
Okay.
What brings you here to Dugan's Hall?
I'm looking for some sort of warmth. I've been on the road for a while, so I was hoping to find a place to spend the night and maybe gather some food.
Oh, you definitely won't find that here, no? Tonight we all sleep in a pile for warmth.
What?
Oh yes, it actually gets quite warm. I'm very popular.
I don't. You don't have an inn or anything.
Oh, we do, but tonight there's no warmth. It's a sacrifice, to try and help. To try and help the situation as it is. And tonight we all pile together in the inn for warmth.
So, what situation?
Oh, the eternal night.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Well, it's awfully cold, don't you see?
Oh, I don't think so, but
You, by the way, Helderfine, I don't know if you've seen the art for your chieftain of your clan. But yeah, the Goliaths of Clan Akhenathi don't... The cold doesn't bother them at all.
this feels great. I don't understand.
Well, you are blessed with the blood of your people. Yes.
Okay, so you guys don't like this.
Oh no, this is most bad for most of the people here. Yes.
Okay. And she'll kind of pull a pad of paper out of the side bag that she's got, and she'll make a quick note.
So will there be a gathering today?
Well, most likely. People will start together once the cold really starts to set in. Yes.
They would, by the way, they would gather at the hole in the ground at the tavern.
Yes. Everyone will gather at the hole in the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. That's confusing for outsiders. That's the name of the inn. I can see how that would be funny.
Nice. Yeah, so maybe we should head out there. I did notice some wolf tracks too around town. It might be nice to notify the people.
Oh no, we know about the wolf tracks. There's been quite a few going-ons around this town.
There are wolves. We should go. If there are wolves, we should go. We should go into town right now. Let's go.
Well, we are in town. We're very close to my home.
This is it?
But this is the town. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Did no one prepare you for what you were coming to see?
Oh, well, I wasn't, I don't really know what I was expecting. I heard nice things about Dugan's Hole, but
Oh,
I think
no
they
one
were,
has ever said anything nice about Dugan's Hole.
I think they were a joke. That's, ooh. Regret.
Oh no, it's a wonderful place. Wonderful. Look, you've already met the happiest person in the town. Me.
That is great. I've never heard anything about this place, which makes it a great place. But let's go inside. It is, I've been traveling.
Well, so I'll tell you, people are a little on edge, so just stay close to me. It seems there's been a couple of children that have gone missing, and we've tried to find them, but to no avail. So, just stay close to me, and I won't let the townsfolk bother you.
This isn't inspiring a lot of confidence. I just want you to know that you're working up my anxiety and...
Oh, yes, that happens here. I'll start to lead them into town. I will definitely point out my house very proudly. I built it myself. Oh, yes. I cut my own hair, and I built it myself. I'm very self-sufficient. I fish. I do all of the things.
Oh, nice. Alize is extremely interested and happy she met this person.
Helafina is trying to be as short as possible going through town.
Are you hunching over?
Yeah, kind of. If only so that I kind of... I'm going to try and match Alize in height, but I don't know how possible that's going to be.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm trying to say that you're not a Goliath. Is Alize human?
No, Genasi.
Okay. Well, yeah. So she'll probably hunch just a little and kind of like try and cower behind Etten as much as possible so as not to be noticed.
DM.
Yes.
Justice doesn't know. What's the general feeling for the folks of 10 towns with Goliaths?
Honestly, I'm not even going to say it depends. There are no Goliaths raids or stuff like that. They're not a particularly aggressive people, but they are very competitive. And that has led to a lot of issues with traveling merchants that leave the Goliath, either Sky Tower Shelter or Wormdoom Crag, to go closer to the 10 towns to trade. They tend to not really understand the concept of bartering. So if they say something is worth X, it's worth X because they've worked for it. Like, don't try to undercut them or undersell them or whatever. Like that's how it is. But otherwise, it really depends on the individual Goliath.
Okay.
Well,
I do like that the friendliness meter says 1 in our
Yes.
notes.
The friendliness of Dugan's Hole is...
We have a friendliness meter.
yeah.
Can I set mine to -2?
You would see also in Roll20 there should be a handout that you can all see called the 10 Towns Reputation, which is something I'm going to use to track how people react to you, generally speaking, in the 10 towns. If you cause trouble, then that might be a
This
problem.
is Fable, and we're gonna screw up our whole story.
Yeah. If you eat only one baby chicken, one chick, it's over. But as you go in the hole in the ground, that's, as chance would have it, that's where Ragnar was about an hour before that. Ragnar, you enter the Lukewarm Tavern. The only reason why there's a modicum of heat in this place is because there are already 18 people, which is sort of 50% of the population of Dugan's Hole in this building. The hole in the ground is built like a... in our world, it would be a Viking longhouse. So it's mostly one big common area that surrounds a fire pit, which is currently extinguished. Yes, chat, you will see me play with the music and everything because it shows a specific area of Roll20. So, yeah, you'll see the music change from time to time. I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. So, yes, common area around the fire pit. There is a mezzanine on the second floor that leads to 8 smaller rooms. The doors are all currently closed. Some of them have a little wooden sign hung on the doorknob that says vacant. Others don't. Right now there are 3 vacant rooms and 5 probably occupied rooms. A young, I'd say probably like early teens girl is laying down big blankets made of goat fur and bear furs on the floor to set up the night's cuddle puddle. You can't help but realize that Tourmaline's furs are of much better quality than these.
Would I recognize as they're doing all this that it's pretty much they're doing the same setup for the sacrifice of warmth?
They probably got the same idea from someone in Tourmaline and decided that instead of sacrificing food or, gods forbid, people, one night of being a little chilly is not that big a deal.
So, recognizing this from my unfortunate stays in Tourmaline, I will just very much roll my eyes and go to the innkeeper and say, so how much do we charge for a night in this lovely, lovely warmth infused inn for the evening?
Where are you from?
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
Jewel of the North, my friend. Jewel of the North.
Means you're wealthy.
No, it means I'm cold, like the rest of us.
Yeah, we are. Look, if you want to eat something, I'll try to get something you can eat cold. We're not to start any fires today, but I'm not gonna make you pay to sleep on the floor. I just need you to answer a few questions because you're from out of town, alright?
No. I'm not slit. Like, what is my passive perception? Do I need a passive perception to identify how dirty these rugs they're putting on the floor are?
Oh, unless your passive perception is a 6,
Yeah, no, it's not.
you would see quite well that the only reason these furs don't have bed bugs or lice is because those insects cannot survive in this temperature.
Oh yes, no, that I would very much. Oh, no! You misunderstand me. I'm not sleeping on the floor. I require a room, and I'm going to pay for it. But since you cannot provide me warmth, I'm not going to pay full price for it. And since you cannot provide food, I'm not going to pay for that.
You're one of them talkers. Alright, look. I don't know where Tourmaline is, but I don't have beef with them, so... You know what? Give me a handful of cuppers. It'll pay for one of the kids to go get some wood tomorrow morning.
Coppers. Oh, yes, coppers, yes.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
sorry, misters from the Jewel of the North. It'll be 10 gold pieces, my lord.
Ah, yes. Here, let me count these out. I will hand him 5 coppers. Hold them up in the light. Yes. Yes.
And he takes them like one by one. Sighs heavily. Got room number 2. I suggest you keep quiet. Your neighbor doesn't appreciate noise.
So, questions?
No, we do not have fish pants ale here. I know a lot of people ask. We don't put pants in our ale barrel.
What?
Oh, I thought... Sorry, I just got used to the drivel of travelers.
You insisted you were going to ask me a question. You.
Oh, these questions, yes. Well, you're not going to sleep with everyone, but might as well ask. Do you have lice?
No, I'd like to keep it that way.
Okay. Would you like to be closer to the center or the edge of the... I don't need to ask you that. Are you... I don't need to ask you that. Would you... No, that don't... Oh, okay. No, that's all. Keep your room clean.
Yes. Well, you see, let's see. Since I answered a question for you, you can answer one for me. Is there any talk of 3 other strangers perhaps coming through town recently? Small town like this, I'm sure they would have stuck out.
He holds up his fingers and he's like, there's... Helja? No, was it Helen? Yeah, there's Helen. Please define recently.
Well, recent enough that you would remember them, and strangers so that they would have stuck out.
Oh yeah, okay, that's 2 now. I'm at 2 strangers.
And
3 with you. I got 3 strangers.
Not including myself.
Shit.
They would have came together as a group, perhaps. Then no.
No, the 2 people I have in mind, they all came separate. Years apart.
Yes, no. So yeah, no. I guess that would be a no.
And then, as you say that, the door swings open. And in comes Alice, Elephine, and Etten. And he's like, 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2.5. I kind of know him. And he points
hello!
Which one? You know what? No, I'm going to assume the one saying hello, you know.
What's the barkeep's name?
The Garp. Oof, the Garkeep. You know what? His name is Garth.
Garth. Oh, hello, Garth. I brought some strangers for you.
I don't maybe introduce us that way.
Oh no, they were just wandering around in the snow. I told them I'd bring them in for the pile. 2 more bodies for the pile. It's going to be a very warm pile this month.
I never agreed to that.
Yeah.
Oh, you love the pile.
Oh, yes, yes. I hear the lice are fantastic this year.
Oh, no one has lice here. Don't be silly. What a good joke.
What are the furs for?
They're
dirty, aren't they?
Well, I don't know because I only got past the first question. You'll have to figure that out from the others.
And as destiny would have it, door opens again, almost knocking into Elephine and Alice, as Sarkia enters the hole in the ground.
As Sarkia enters, it looks to everyone in the bar that she is having an argument with her own torso. And all you're hearing is, listen, I told you. I told you you're too small. You can't go in the snow. I told you I'd turn you into a fox. You didn't want to be a fox. Don't blame me that you're cold. No.
Are you okay?
What?
You just seem a little distressed.
I am not in any way distressed.
Oh. Okay, welcome to the hole.
That sounds terrifying.
It is.
3. 1, 2, 3. Ha! 3 strangers.
I'm going to just gently put his arm down and be like, no, but thank you. And then I'm going to grab the key and I'm going to walk up to my room.
Oh, goodbye. It was great meeting you. Welcome to Nougat Hall.
Could I have a room too? I don't know
What?
about these furs.
You don't want to sleep in the pile? I promise the pile is great.
I also do not wish to sleep in a pile. Why would I sleep in a pile? This is an inn.
Warmth.
That's what blankets are for.
I tried to tell them, Garth. It is very warm in the pile, is it not?
It is. And, you're kind of out of luck. I only have 2 rooms left.
Oh.
I'll take one. I'll take
Helafine, since we walked in here together, do you mind if I crash in your room tonight?
As long as you don't touch me, that's fine. We're not keeping close for warmth. Okay, yes, you can bunk with me.
Sarkia, if anybody is looking over at her, she's opened up a pouch on her belt and she's looking at it, and she kind of closed.
Wait, nobody was looking over at you.
I love you too.
Well, the innkeep sort of was.
Anyway. I think he's only performing for chat. Anyway. Sarkia has looked into a pouch on her belt, and then she kind of nods to herself and closes again. And she pulls up the collar of her coat and looks down, and she goes, how do you feel about, like, a wolf? A wolf? Could we do a wolf?
Too soon, lady. Too soon.
What?
Oh, yes. Don't bring up wolves.
What do you mean?
The kids.
Yeah.
What kids? Like
The-
goats?
No. Actual kids. The Silja and Finn the Jar.
We little ones, they've gone missing.
Well, that's unfortunate. Are there rooms available?
Yeah, 5 copper.
Oh, okay. She'll start digging through actual like piles of hair that are just sort of pinned to her head and start fiddling about and pull out some coins and kind of here.
He takes them. Are there 5 cuppers?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe a button too that just happened to make its way there.
He would just hand you the button back, saying, "Here's your change."
Thank you. I'm sorry. Did the wolves take the children?
I studied innkeeping in Neverwinter because I wanted to serve drinks and clean mugs. They told me I would have to answer questions from visitors.
I don't realize this is a hard... I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Look, I'm not... Yeah, the wolves, guess what? They talk.
What?
Yeah, they... And he looks at Etin and says, yeah, big news, right? Heard that today.
Really? The wolves talk?
From, and he points to the room right next to the one where the, ranger individual went in. Or was about to go in case he stopped to listen. He says, yeah.
Oh, yes.
He's probably on the second floor mezzanine looking down, yes.
Oh, aren't we fancy? Mezzanine.
If anyone knows, she would know.
To
Yeah.
be fair, yeah.
So yeah, this, I just have to check the DM's note for a second. Yeah, Trollbane. That newcomer, why are there so many strangers? What have we done to Oral to get so many strangers here? This is just strangers being trouble.
Pardon me, are you an innkeeper who makes their money from selling rooms?
I was gonna say, it seems like the kind of thing you'd want.
He does have a point.
I mean, this is kind of a shithole. I can't imagine you get that many.
Oh no, hole in the ground. It's a common mistake.
I think you should consider a name change.
That certainly wouldn't draw anyone in, I don't think.
Neither does hole in the ground.
Out of game, you know how some people are not made for their vocation? Their career? Yeah, yeah.
He's still paying off those student loans from innkeeper school.
Yeah.
Could you not bring up student loans? Thanks.
I'm sorry, high fantasy, my bad.
But yes, he went to the Acquisition Incorporated School of Business, and
Well, then why isn't he in bunny ears and a thong? Anyway.
Maybe he is,
How
we
that
didn't
turned
ask.
out.
maybe that's why he's in Icewind Dale. But yes, he says I told her about the wolves, and she immediately said a few things that didn't make sense at first, but
You'll do that from time to time. Oh, yes.
Clarify, you told who about the wolves?
oh no, Trollbane told me.
She's very fierce.
Good for her, I guess.
Yeah. She, apparently, the kids weren't the first people. Not from here, anyway, but...
Oh.
Yeah, those... She calls them, winter wolves.
Everything up here is kind of winter.
Yeah,
This is my winter jacket. This is a winter inn. It's not a very clever name.
kind of redundant, I know.
Yeah, a little bit.
They don't hunt like regular wolves. They lead people astray. Wait for them to die by the elements, and then feast on what's left.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's kinder than feasting on them before they die from the elements, let's be honest.
Oh, that's a very positive way to look at things. Oh, I like this.
Is it?
Quite.
I should change it then.
So
You're,
when were children taken?
2 days ago.
Well, they might still just be fine. They could be lost, right?
Oh, they
Okay.
could.
There's a very loud laughter. Well, like sort of a guffaw from the second floor.
Guess not.
It is quite cold out there.
But they're from here, right? Correct?
Yeah.
They would be used to the cold, I assume.
They would. But there's a blizzard coming tonight.
And you would note from the fact that she is gesturing with her hands, which are slightly blue at the fingertips, and her lips are just now getting not blue, that she is probably not used to this warmth. Well, in that, wouldn't they know how to not die from the elements? Is that not something you teach children up here?
But blizzards can be cruel.
Well,
It
that's
is a good point. They might have survived until now. So maybe we can go look for them before
yeah.
blizzard.
Why is no one searching?
Oh, we tried. But it's very scary out there.
Very scary for you, or very scary for two small children supposedly being hunted by wolves. I do believe you should weigh the options. You're gigantic. Why are you scared of wolves?
Oh, I'm not scared of wolves. I was just told I needed to be here, so I can't leave the town because I needed to be here.
Why did you need to be here?
I don't know.
Why does anyone need to be here? No offense, but
There's a
I'm
few
literally-
nods coming from the
Yeah.
patrons. Like, yeah, now that you say it out loud, like, why are we still here?
I am.
this is a sad place.
Yes, I am literally only here because I can't get to the next town today.
Oh, that should be the slogan for Dugan's Hole.
I think you guys should consider a name change for the whole town. Just start over.
Oh, the whole town. Yes, that's why we named it this way.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I was saying.
Look, up to now, the reason why we didn't go after the wolves or whatnot is because our only tracker is busy with something else, and she said that in the grand scheme of things, if you weigh all the options, it's... I don't want to think about it.
Well, he looks like a tracker.
Only a few children.
Wow. You know, I'd have thought that a gentleman dressed that nice would actually be worth something, but I guess not.
I mean, technically he is correct. Children are, in fact, you can make more.
I don't
That's...
think that's the way people feel about kids. That's not.
And Hilda won't have any more kids.
That is unfortunate for Hilda. Can Hilda pay us to go find them? Or me, I can... Well, us.
Stay here
Yes,
a moment,
me.
I'll go... Well, wait. Hey, you!
Well, you can't go alone.
I am
You're
by
turning
myself.
blue.
Go
I'm
get
not
the bell.
alone. I'm absolutely not alone.
You aren't used to the cold, are you?
Is it that
It's just a
noticeable?
question.
Is it noticeable? I tried to not...
You know, there are you haven't stopped shaking since you came in.
Oh, that's him. It's not me. I'm not shaking.
Who is him?
Him. Him.
Oh!
Oh, how cute! Hello.
Oh, that's who you were talking. Okay, it makes more sense now.
He wouldn't
are you-
listen to me. I told him I could turn him into a fox, but no, he wanted to go walking through the snow. He's only 8.5 inches tall. It didn't work out well.
Oh yes, and now she has it. Her and her mighty defender will save the children in the day and run off into the sunset.
I'm sorry, didn't
He's
you just
very
turn
mighty.
down this job?
Oh yes, no. I'm just going to enjoy finding the bodies a few days from now.
You all are terrible.
Why on earth would you enjoy that? What a terrible thing to say.
Sarkia will look up at the person on the mezzanine, which is not a balcony, it's a mezzanine.
That's what our DM called it. Don't talk to me.
Wait, there's a difference?
No, I'm just being
No,
snarky.
one's fancy.
Yeah,
Mezzanine.
mezzanine. And actually, to be fair, yes, the mezzanine has more expensive tickets than the balcony.
Oh yeah, but I mean, as a structural thing, a mezzanine is sort of like a balcony that surrounds.
It's usually referred
But
to a balcony that
fancy.
has another balcony above it.
Oh, okay. No, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
It's the elitist balcony.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, you're not. There's nothing
Why
elitist
Ragnar is
about
up
this
there.
inn.
Didn't you see the pile they're prepping in the middle of the floor there?
I imagine it smells terrible already.
No, the cold keeps the smell down.
Yeah. Etten is right.
I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't had to unfortunately sleep in a pile of bodies for warmth before, but I don't wish to do that again. So, money.
He went. Got.
Who are you then that is talking?
The innkeeper points to someone who left, and he says, he left. Got. It'll take about 5 minutes for this person to come back. And following him is a human woman in her late 50s. Her long white hair is the talk of town. She's nicknamed the Belle of the Hole by both resident and travelers to Dugan's Hole alike. If you are on Legend Keeper, which is by the way, for viewers, the wiki we use for all of our notes for the game and everything, everyone should now see an entry in the wiki for Hilda the Jar. If you don't see her, you should just refresh and she will appear under NPCs. Let me know if that's the case or not.
I don't see an NPCs tab, but I could be wrong.
In the wiki.
Locations. Okay. Dugan's Hole.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, here she is.
Okay.
Oh my.
There's no picture for me, but that's okay. I don't mind.
Oh, you don't see her picture on
I
the
don't
right-hand
see her.
side? Oh, okay.
I don't see her picture. It's okay. Oh, there she
Pictures
is.
are for the elites in the mezzanine. Sorry.
Well, yes.
Oh my
so-
goodness, it's Judi Dench.
Am I the only one that doesn't see her?
No, you should be able to see her. Do you see her page on the wiki?
I don't. I don't see a NPC tab.
You have to expand the Secrets of the North, and there's the location.
Oh yeah, it would be under Secrets of the North. You will see locations
Oh,
and then
got
NPCs.
it.
My bad.
For chat, she looks like Judi Dench.
Judi Dench with very long silky hair.
Yes.
I don't have a picture though, but it's okay.
She might take a while to load, but
Okay.
you should see it on
It took
the.
a minute for me, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so she comes in full of hope, and which contrasts with the rest of town. The moment she sets foot in
Gave her
Dugan's
hope.
Hole. Huh?
Which one of these fools gave her hope?
The moment she sets foot in Dugan's Hole, she says, "We're gonna take a short break. We're gonna be right back in a few minutes, everyone. Stick around. Grab yourself a drink. Grab something to eat. Prepare your cuddle pile for tonight, for we will be back in about 5 minutes." It's still the transition, but people can hear us. Yay! I'm gonna have to get used to this. Hello! We're back. And we are in the hole in the ground. Where... What's her name? Hilda. Hilda the Jar just arrived and said, looking at Garth, someone can get Silly and Finny?
Oh, hello!
Oh, it's you, Etin. Hi.
Hello!
Who are you the one?
Oh, no, not me.
Well, we didn't actually agree to anything yet, but we said it was possible.
These fine, brave adventurers, they came for the pile, but they also said that they might be able to help with the children.
I would greatly appreciate it. I have gold. I have...
These fine adventurers won't take any gold. They'll do it from the kindness of their hearts, won't you all?
Oh. Oh,
No.
that's...
No. We will happily accept payment. I
We don't
will
want- we don't
accept
wanna-
payment.
Might be rude, then they'll feel, that they owe us somehow.
Well, they will owe us, though.
Right, so we
That's
need
the
to
whole idea. So, okay.
Yeah.
I have money that I was keeping aside to send the oldest to Luskin for school. If you want, it's not like we're gonna go anywhere. It's yours. If you bring me back my two youngest.
Sure. Hypotheticals. Is there one you like more than the other? Like, if we just find one.
Ooh.
No, I can say. Okay, the look on your face says that probably. Yeah, we can search.
There's definitely chuckling coming from behind you all up on the second floor at that.
She can't answer in game because you don't ask that of a mother. But if she had to choose, she would choose Finn. But
If you're laughing so much, I mean.
Please tell me you can hear me.
There.
Now we
yeah,
can
we
hear
can
Thank
now.
Jesus. Now I forgot what I was trying to say, and it was really witty. Continue.
they were playing a game near the... What's the name of the... Simon, your notes, Jeebus. They were playing games near the 20 Stones when... that's the last I checked. They're not supposed to go beyond the stones. They left. I don't know. I don't know where they are. I just hope Oral didn't get to them.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
think she cares about your kids. Just a thought.
Are you sure that your oldest didn't just take the boys and leave the Luskin?
My oldest is... And she points to the girl that's prepping the pile. That's Durcy.
Wow.
How old is the oldest boy?
The oldest boy is the youngest son. I should say that in her voice. My only son. You mean Finn.
Okay, and the other one is
9.
obviously... How old?
Silja is 11. And
Have they ever
Durcy is...
expressed a desire to be pirates?
No. Finn wants to be a hunter,
Father didn't go
like
to
his
Luskin.
dad.
He wants to be a what?
A hunter.
A noble profession.
If you're unimaginative.
You are not from here, I take it. And she looks at you with a bit of disdain.
No.
No, they're a bunch of newcomers. Come to town,
What are you?
promising the world.
But excuse me, you don't actually have a house here because you're staying in the inn.
No. I'm a traveler. You're a newcomer. There's a difference.
There's really not.
I don't think so. We all traveled here just the same. So,
Oh, I didn't. I live here. I have a very nice house. I showed you in my house. I built it myself.
Well, why is your house not on offer for rent for the evening?
Oh, I would gladly have you all there if you would like to make a small pile in my small house. We would be very
I
warm.
would just like to,
Yeah, no
do you
problem,
have
maybe.
a chair? A corner? I could make do with a corner.
well, you can just stay here. How big are the rooms?
I think 12
Rooms are
apart.
5 cuppers each.
I already paid you. I'm asking how big it is.
Oh, I see what it is. You're trying to smuggle as many people in the room for the fees of just one person. I've studied.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, there was a thing in school they said about this.
It's thievery is what it is, I believe. I believe that's the term you're looking for.
Would you
Why is
just
no one listening?
be quiet?
Yes, the stranger is right. The rooms are only big enough for one person.
And a friend. We are good Philippines.
I think you're lying. I don't. Do I believe him?
You can roll insight.
Ooh, that doesn't suck. Halt, please. 17.
He
Excuse me, Sarkia rolled a dirty 20.
You would both know that he is trying to come up with an excuse for you to acquiesce to what he's saying and not prod any further, because the rooms, and he knows, and out of game, each room has a king-sized bed in it.
Tips.
Okay, so they're not big enough?
Oh no, he's lying. They're absolutely big enough.
Look,
Oh, that was
I need to make my money somehow, right? Let's say you give me 2 whole silver pieces, and I
Wait,
will
a
turn
room
a
is
blind
5
eye.
copper.
no. I've already paid for the room. I'm gonna go now.
Maybe they're together. Did you
Yeah,
ever
we
think
are
about
gonna
that?
go.
They might be together. They're renting the room together.
And her, she's with us too.
Can you make a deception check?
I mean, I thought Sarkia was staying with Etin piling tonight, right? No?
Piling
yeah,
up with
yeah.
it.
Sarkia has not actually made a decision nor told any of you her name.
Um,
So,
yeah, he looks at Helifine and then at Alice, and he says, well, yeah, if you're together, I can't. And you, pretty boy, did you also come with someone?
Oh yes, do you not remember the 5 other people that came in the door with me when me and you were talking over those questionnaires?
Wait, there was 5 people?
No.
Oh. My sight isn't what it used to be.
You don't say.
What the, just... Go into your rooms. Just enjoy your stay at the hole. There, I said the whole spiel.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Don't.
I want it to
Should
be
we
an
really
adventure.
leave the kids out by themselves? I don't feel good about this, and
Yeah, Hilda is still there looking at you, and she's starting to lose hope slowly that you might have been interested, but then
Sarkia will look over at her and notice that she's sad. And she will approach her. Listen. And she looks back. She's trying to make sure no one else is watching her.
We're all watching.
She's gonna whisper to Hilda. I will try to find your kid. I can't do it tonight.
But the blizzard.
It's very cold.
The blizzard, it's...
It's what? I'm not from around here, you have to tell me.
They might die. Well, you know what a blizzard is.
I know what a blizzard is.
If they're lost, they might just...
When is the blizzard coming?
Forecaster said...
On Channel 7.
I was outside. Could I roll it? And I was, I'm a ranger. Can I roll my nature since I was outside and coming into town
What's
to see
your-
if I have an idea?
What's your favorite terrain?
My favorite terrain is the Arctic up here.
You don't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't need to make a roll. There will
It's
not be any blizzard.
Say the desert.
There will
No.
not be any blizzard. There are no signs of any storm or storm front coming in, or winds, or clouds.
Ooh.
It's going to be very cold, however, because it's going to be a cloudless full moon night. But that's it. That fortune teller weatherman thing, that they don't talk through
About
their
as
ass or
accurate
something.
as our actual weathermen here.
Yeah.
Correct.
so they'd just be like, that. Who brought that up? Yes, the blizzard. Yes, they'll be lost. So, why would you want to run out into the blizzard now?
To find them before. I want them found alive. I want my babies back.
The wolves prowling about this town? They did tell you about the wolves, right? Before they promised you the world here?
What wolves? And she looks at everyone else. What wolves?
Oh, yes. Hello. Hello.
I would like to leave this place now. Do you think you could show me where these stones are?
Oh, the stones. Yes, everybody who comes to Dugan's Hole knows where the stones are. Are you looking to go out tonight to the children?
What
Yeah,
stones?
I
Did I miss
promise
something?
to get you back in time for your strange...
Cuddling.
Orgy?
Yes!
Oh, no, it's just for warmth.
Yeah.
very
That's
popular.
I've heard that line before.
That's
I don't
convenient.
think that's true.
Oh, no, it absolutely is. Point of order. Is your lantern still lit?
My lantern is always lit.
Ooh. So, just tonight only, would it be possible if you put your lantern out? It's sort of a sacrifice.
It's not fire.
I'm not sure that really matters.
It's not warm.
It looks like fire.
The
Oh, I'm
not
hardly the
warm.
expert here, but town council.
She opens the door and like sticks her hand in it. Not warm.
Oh, that is a neat trick.
That's a magic bauble. This is
Is
a magic trick of the things that real adventurers find.
yes, that is exactly what this is.
A-
Every
and-
adventurer has found this.
And you see the demeanor of the innkeeper changes to like a childlike curiosity. What how does it work? Do you have to speak a word? Do you have to wave a hand in front of it? Was it made by the Netherese?
If I told you, it wouldn't be special.
But I've never been in front of a magical bauble before.
You've never been in front of a magical bauble before? Not one. Not a single one?
If there were, I never. And he looks at Etten. You don't have any magic, don't you? I mean, you can do, but you're wholly simple. It's not. Does it count as a magic bauble? Like those that you find in.
So.
Yeah.
I haven't read the actual dictionary definition on a magic bauble, but I don't think so.
No, and this one actually also has a staff with her, with a lantern apparently as well.
No, I have a dagger.
Oh,
But
sorry.
that's okay because I misspoke on my character sheet earlier. That's my fault.
So, I'm sorry. Traveler, you have a magical lantern, and a small dog you can turn into a fox.
Well, I can turn him into many things.
And a dagger. What's your name? Do you want to come and help with this whole kid thing real quick? We'll just tie it up. I just can't stay here with a couple of kids out in the wilderness by themselves. That's real hard for a kid.
Is it?
I think we should go. Yeah.
It's really very, very difficult for a kid to sleep out in the cold.
It is. I know from experience it's not pleasant. The cold doesn't bother me, but the alone part does. It's very scary. I'm Heliphine. She's gonna hold her hand out to you. Just.
He will look down at your hand. That's unhygienic.
Okay.
Oh, hello, and I'm Aiden. I'm the unofficial town greeter. Hello, nice to meet you. What's your names?
She's starting to just look a little tired. My name is Sarkia.
Oh, so very nice to meet you. And this is my friend Elisa.
Friend.
Is that your name? I believe I heard you pronounce it slightly differently.
Alize.
Alize?
That's okay, Etin.
Oh, I am so sorry.
I think it's his accent, actually. It makes
speaks
everything
Spanish.
sound slightly cute.
Why, thank you. That's the nicest thing somebody said to me this hour.
This hour?
Oh, certainly.
Do people say nice things to you on a regular basis?
I try to collect one compliment every hour. It helps me stay positive.
What was last hour's compliment?
You are very large.
That's not a good thing.
That's an observation.
That's not.
It's certainly just the way you look at it, yes?
Oddly
Right.
reassuring. So, sorry.
Yes, it's a magical bauble. Does it get me to stay here for free?
Can I touch it?
No.
Oh, 5 coppers.
Fine, you can touch it. When he goes to touch it, a giant shower of sparks comes flying out of the lantern. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think you're worthy. Have you?
Make a
Have you ever-
deception check with advantage.
Great. Did I mention my charisma's -1? Oh,
Well, you have advantage.
I'm just gonna eat my pepperoni. Natural 20.
He
It was
recoils.
an 8 and a natural 20.
He recoils from the lantern in fear and almost tumbles over a small cask behind him.
Well, I'm sorry, it's natural 20 minus
Yeah,
1,
minus 1.
But
And he says, I don't want to be cursed. Just keep,
little sparks keep shooting out of it
make it stop,
towards him.
make it stop.
Oh my. You're not very good at this at all, are you?
Oh, that was quite a show.
She looks
Oh.
up at the ranger because she's trying to ascertain if he was observing too closely. What's your passive perception?
14. No, he's not observing too closely. He's more amused by the reaction from
Oh,
the
okay.
innkeeper.
I just wanted to make sure.
He's making fun of the innkeeper, not you. Although a little bit of both.
I knew. My mother told me I couldn't be an adventurer. I can't even touch a magic item. I'm just...
You just need to
Hey,
prove
dear
yourself
Garth,
worthy.
I'm sure you'll find something windy.
I hear there's something like a wand of smiles. That would probably be up your alley.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
I don't think you'd need it. She would turn back to Hilda.
Please.
When was the last time you saw your children?
2 days ago, and she opens the door to the inn and points south toward the triangle of stones on the hill. And she motions for you to follow, and she says, I can show you, I remember where the tracks were.
Sarkia will kind of look back at everybody else who has already paid for a room with actual money and sigh and lead on.
Are we going now?
I am.
Fancy boy,
Yes.
if you help us find the kids, you might end up with part of this reward.
Reward. I will come down the stairs casually, but I will put my arm warmly around Hilda when we get there and say, surely we need no reward for helping this scared, frightened mother. Not after all the trouble she's been through.
I actually
yes.
do really need it.
Oh, I might kill him.
I have 0 monies.
Why?
And certainly not until we even know her children are alive and well. Right?
Could I pull a pin out of one of my messy buns and throw it at the back of his head like I would a dart usually, but not quite so painful.
Yeah,
maybe.
just to like pinprick him.
Yeah, just to let him know he's not
She's just
fooling
gonna
anyone.
give him a little prick, just a little prick.
Just
to
the
let him know.
littlest prick, the tiniest prick.
Yeah, you feel something pricking the back of your head, just bouncing off your hair.
I almost would assume it's my conscience, but that's been dead forever, so.
Yeah, he's got so much hair product in, he probably didn't even feel it.
Whoa. Let's not start slinging accusations about Ragnar's beautiful, impeccable hair.
Can I stick gum in it? Or the D&D equivalent of gum?
Hail blubber.
Well, but that would slide right out. The point is to get something sticky, and then we have to find the equivalent of peanut butter. Get it out.
I mean, there's still peanut butter. Peanut's not hard to make.
Yeah, it's just not going to be found in Icewind Dale.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be a nice death.
Let's go to Kalimshan.
Let's travel for over a year to get a jar of peanut butter.
That is a worthy quest. I'm just saying.
Yeah, forget these kids. Let's go do that.
My dog agrees with you.
On that, Hilda turns to Helifine, Alize, and Sarkia and says, if you need compensation, like I said, I have money. This gentleman here is obviously good of heart, but not everyone can work for free, and I understand that.
Work for free. You hear that? Hear that?
Let's find her children first.
Sarkia slides her eyes real slow over to Ragnar, and then looks down at Ragnar's obviously full coin purse on his belt, and then back up at Ragnar. Yes, some of us apparently have no need, except to annoy others.
Let's go. And you know where we're going too, right? You should probably
yes,
come along.
I do know, but I can't go with you. I'm sorry.
Why not?
The stones, Etten, the stones are actually part of town.
Oh, okay, yes, I will
Just in
show
case.
you where. But first, I must go get my supplies from my humble abode. I don't carry my mace with me, so I will swing by and pick that up.
Well, I figure if you want to grab your armor and everything, since I doubt you walk fully armored and decked out in town anyway.
Oh no, not for fishing. It's dangerous.
Will that take him about 10 minutes?
Yeah, let's say. You have time to sneak in a ritual.
I'm sorry, buddy. You're turning into a fox. You are worthless in your current state.
Take the food off of his paws.
Oh, oops. That's my pepperoni. Damn it.
You turn your dog into a fox under the eyes of a bunch of villagers that are just astounded at this act of magic.
It's an Arctic fox, so it's one of those cute ones that like jumps up and goes headfirst into the snow.
Can you do that to larger creatures?
Like what?
Well, like,
What would you like me to turn him into?
well, I hadn't thought of that, but no, like if you were to take a Goliath and make them bigger.
No. I'm
Oh.
sorry. He's not real.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. I
Like he's
Your familiar looks up at you with a knowing look in its eyes that just says, excuse me? Not real?
all right. He is not of this plane. Is that better?
yeah. That's super cool. That's really neat. And she'll walk really, really fast with her head down in front of you.
While she's doing her little 10-minute ritual, can I sort of grill the woman for details about her children?
Sure.
Investigate there, I guess.
What would you like to know?
Just general details on the.
If she's single.
I mean, at
She
this
is
point, right?
she's a widow at this point.
I only rolled a 13, but just general details she remembers from the day, things like that.
So the kids were playing where the stones are. They normally play like tag and other stuff around the stones, and she was looking at them, looking at the hill, and she got cold. So she thought she would just go to the hole in the ground for a quick spell, grab something strong to drink, and probably bring back something warm for her kids to drink as well. It took maybe 10-15 minutes. She doesn't know how long exactly, but it wasn't long, and she didn't have any conversation with anyone aside from Garth asking him, for the drinks. She went out with all 3 mugs, and when she got to the hill, the kids were gone. Their tracks were going southwest, down the hill. One of them even fell because she saw Finn's silhouette in the snow shape. But the problem
Do we all
is,
hear this, or is it just to Ragnar?
You'd be doing the ritual at the time, so you're busy.
Oh, okay. It's during the ritual.
yeah, I mean, she's not whispering it or anything, unless you take her aside to grill her. Or did you just stay with Alice and Elephine?
I don't want to interrupt her ritual, so I'd take her far enough to the side so that she's not bothering the magic.
Okay. So yeah, everyone else can overhear it. She's not trying to be subtle about it. 2 seconds. So she saw those tracks. The thing is they, about a few yards after the hill, the slope of the hill, she couldn't find the tracks anymore. It's like the children vanished. By that point, she would be out of sight from most of the buildings in town, but not out of sight of the hill. And also, Ragnar, you can write down somewhere. You have inspiration from Insane Kitty.
He's the
How
best.
even dare you? That's my mod. Oh.
Well, someone's getting demoted.
Maybe not anymore.
Hey Google, how do I unmod somebody?
But yeah, that's what you get from her. She also she's ashamed. I'll say with the 13, like she would also add those information that she's ashamed that she couldn't track them any farther because her husband, Finn, was actually she would say, my husband and brother Finn was one of the best hunter in Dugan's Hole.
I'm gonna say my ritual was done by that point.
I'm assuming that what she meant was her husband and her brother, two separate people, not her husband brother.
Is that your husband and your brother? Or husband, brother, same person?
Yeah, none of you, aside from Eden, none of you would find this mundane. But Eden, you would know from living in Dugan's Hole for a while. People don't travel.
Uh,
The family trees are very much like family bushes.
I mean, I've been in Icewind Dale long enough that I'm not surprised by this, but I'm still a little like, yeah, okay.
Kelly,
yes.
you have 3 inspirations
Ha!
from Kitty.
Take that. She loves me more. Sarkia is she's just blinking rapidly.
And that's about the time that Etin would come back, as you're like
That's
staring,
gross.
blinking at her.
Oh, hello. Did you all miss me? I wasn't gone long. I'm sorry. I had to go get my things.
The fox
You-
starts sniffing you.
Oh,
You
hello,
carry a
little
weapon?
one. Oh, certainly. You don't walk around here unarmed. Every once in a while, you gotta smash your head like a little wombat.
You know, walking through the forest.
Yeah,
Did
you
you
know.
happen to bring any food by any chance?
Me?
That's bunnies
No,
that you
it's-
smack over the head in the forest.
Oh, I think I might have some. Here's some traveler cakes. Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I had some dwarf bread. I don't have it anymore.
That's okay.
Speaking of which, since I saw these people from above as they all came in, how traveled do they all look? Do they have like packs and other things like that?
Yes. Well, unless one of you didn't choose any like starting gear, but I think everyone has like the like scholar's pack or explorer's pack, or like everyone has a backpack with a few
I have a
things.
backpack and some
So nobody looks too green.
clothing.
No, and I mean when you see Etin coming back with I think it's a chainmail, Justice, that you have.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah, so
Scale
scale mail, and mace. It shows that all 4 of them are, you know, they're adventurers.
Yeah. At least it doesn't have an armor though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slightly more
neither does
dependable than I
Sarkia.
thought.
Sarkia has kind of a ragged, like, floor-length coat with fur-lining hood.
Wait, Alize doesn't have armor. Sarkia doesn't have armor. Elephine, are you wearing armor?
Nope.
Thank you for
We
coming.
are
to
so
our
This is-
prepared for winter.
This is so much an MMO where all the
Listen.
girls are not wearing armor and all the guys are equipped in scale mail and like bulky shit.
To
Oh,
be
no.
fair,
To be fair,
monk.
Yeah,
Quick, fast, like a bunny.
they're not supposed to wear them.
but you're not a monk,
Yes.
are you? Wait,
I'm not
Helophine's a
no,
monk?
No, sure, not me.
What? I'm confused.
Pay
I'm
attention.
going
How did you
to
get
now.
3 inspiration? Oh, wait, because you whined about it. Oh, that's right.
All right, let's go back to the game.
Listen, I'm
Yes,
gonna
I was married to my brother.
That's really gross.
go. It's a little disgusting.
He was a very good hunter, apparent.
And
And
be concerned about health problems. That's not.
and so the children.
The
They
genetics
picked up
is
anything
Just not a great.
You mean- Disease
hunting
or?
wise.
Oh, okay.
Hunting wise. They
Finn
take care of their own.
Finn was able to nab a rabbit in a snare.
Track it all. Get to make the.
Did
Can they
you
ever
teach them
get themselves back at
anything?
home?
He was. When she says Finn, she means Finn's Jr. Finn Jr. He was too young, and his father's. His
How
father
did your
died when.
Husband, brother died.
They say he was killed by a yeti.
Right.
The body was almost unrecognizable. I don't want to think about it, please.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm all set.
So-
Shall I show you to the stones?
Hold on. I gotta do a quick recap because Dugan's Hole, terrible name.
Terrible name.
Wolves,
Yes.
Yeti.
Oh well.
Inbreeding.
Let's leave that one out. Oh, just strong
I think you need to
accusations.
list those separately because now it sounds like
The-
the wolves and the yeti are inbreeding.
Oh, that's true.
Wolves. No,
They would never
inbreeding,
do
then
that.
wolves, then yeti. I think that's an order.
Are
of-
we
no,
ranking them? Like, what's worse?
Inbreeding yeti wolves. We're ranking them in order of awfulness.
Oh, that's quite strong words.
But it's.
And you
It's
wanted
true.
to pay
Etten,
them.
are you married
I'm
to
gonna
your
whisper
sister?
to Hilda.
I'm not talking to Hilda. I'm talking to Elephine.
Is that what part of the rescue? To just are you making a plan or?
Yes,
I'm
we are
not-
making a plan.
all of the things that can go wrong. There's a lot that can go. We should go and see if
Many
there's any
things
sign
we
of the
could
kids.
meet
That's a
on
good
the way.
idea.
I'll show you to the stones. I'll take him, Hilda. You just stay here in the warm.
Thank
You
you.
ahead and save me a spot in the pile.
I
You
will.
know where I like, which space I like is.
Yes, I will. And she sighs. Take
yeah.
my place in the pile. And you would know, as Etten, as Hilda is called the belle of the whole of Dugan's Hole. She is the most beautiful person in this entire village. And so
no.
everyone wants to be close to her. Not do anything, but everyone wants to just, touch her hair.
I mean,
That's
we-
doing something.
that's contact.
But yeah, no. Well, when they're in the pile, I mean, it's just. But yes,
Contact info.
it's.
There's 50 people in the town. Come on.
And the thing is a lot of. Actually, none of the villagers would hit on Hilda anymore because they know, they know she loved her brother very, very much. By the way, this is
Okay.
like canon in the adventure.
I know.
You just finished Game of Thrones. Come on.
No,
I didn't say I liked it.
but yeah.
So yeah, they will prep to go out, and as she walks by Hilda, Sarkia, who also has very, very silver hair, is going to look at her and say, "I do believe your hair is it's very nice. I just thought you should know."
Take great care of it.
Yes, it's much better than anybody else's here.
Some say I was chosen by Sunni, that I should have become a priestess, but
You could have.
I much rather be a mother.
We all have our faults. And she'll turn and walk out.
Oh yes, I provide her with fish oil. It's great for the hair. I can get you some fish oil as well.
No, thanks. Mm.
So you all make your way to this large, rather impressive arrangement of stones. It makes a sort of rounded triangle around the hill, about almost midway atop the hill.
Out of game. Is that the thing we discussed before in the place from the books? Because I would know. Sarkia reads a lot. The battle from.
Nope.
Okay, from Kunshinabon.
No. That's
Okay.
farther away.
Okay.
It's on Kelvin's Cairn.
That's right.
It's on
that's
the mountain.
Cairn. Mm-hmm.
No, this is just a tiny hill.
Okay.
It's about at its highest. It's 15
Okay,
feet
yeah.
off the water level.
It's a bunny slope.
Yeah, and there's one impressive obelisk in the middle of the summit of this hill.
Etten,
Oh, yes. Hello.
what do these stones mean?
Oh, no one really knows. They claim that they're dating back to the founding of the town.
They also mean make another wisdom save. Etten.
Oh.
Ooh. That is a 3 plus 6, so 9.
Etten? The conversation sort of fades away. For a moment, your entire attention is turned toward the stone in the middle. Something in that stone is currently looking at you.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
And who are you? Who are you?
This stone.
talking to?
Hello, stone.
That's.
Uh,
Is there anything strange about it?
And then you come back to reality. About who? About Etten or
Oh.
about the stone?
The stone he's talking to.
It's just it's not even well carved. It's an obelisk that's been roughly carved to be shaped like a prism. Like the Washington Monument, but if someone had half-assed the job.
Even notice Etten's little thing.
Yeah, you would have seen him quite clearly. Unless you wanted to try to hide it, Etten, you would notice quite clearly his eyes just suddenly like glazed over. And he just looked at the stone and said hello to the stone.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if this place is magical?
You can certainly try.
You just want to say that. Okay.
I'm gonna go poke the rock.
Etten, my new friend, are you okay?
Oh yes, I'm quite okay. Yes. There's this strange. Okay.
Natural one.
Well, what is really strange about this obelisk? Can you tell me?
Well, this obelisk right here. Well, I don't know. It just seemed like he was looking at me for just a moment. Hello. However, these are powerful stones. They say. But I do not think I've seen power from them before.
I will use one of my inspirations to reroll that.
Sure. And Helifine, can you make a strength check for me as you put your hand on the stone?
Got a 10.
Oh, that's not bad. 19.
You push on the middle stone, the stone that's at the summit, and it might just be because of your Goliath strength, but the entire menhir topples over.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Did you just break?
Oh no! What have you done?
No,
I didn't mean to.
no, what?
I didn't. Oh God, I'm gonna try and pick it up and put it back.
As you do so, two things happen. One, Sarkia realizes, with a 19 in Arcana, that this reaction from Etten is from a spell of scrying. And the other thing that happened is where the menhir once stood is now a hole in the ground with a spiral staircase leading into the dark. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's first episode.
Yeah.
You broke it.
I broke the town. I've been here 5 minutes. I broke something.
But I'm the bad guy, yeah.
Yeah, you are. You're a douche.
So, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to all of you who followed. Thank you for people hanging out in chat. Thank you for all the donations, for the subs. Thank you, players, for agreeing to play in this campaign. This is the start of a very fun adventure. And this dysfunctional group will either rise to great heights or drown in the red waters of Doom and Soul.
Ew. It sounds so much worse.
Okay, but Red Waters is the name of the lake. Like,
It really is.
It's not 2 words, it's 1 word. The Red Waters.
That makes it no better, Simon.
It's because the town is called a hole. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, it of all the names, they were the worst.
That's
It's
kind
the
of what
worst.
it is.
Fishermen are not bright people.
No, we're not.
At least not in 10 towns.
So that said, let's go around the table. Tell us who you are, where we can find you. If you have anything that you want to plug, feel free to plug it in now. If you need to put links in chat, Cast, you can go ahead and link your social and stuff in Cast. We'll do the same order as we did the introductions, so we'll begin once again with Kelly.
Hello. I'm Kelly. AKA the Opera Geek. You can find me on Twitter at the Opera Geek. And pretty much everywhere at the Opera Geek except YouTube, where someone got it first, and I'm still cranky about that. But anyway, yes, I am a tabletop streamer as well as a variety streamer on my own channel here on Twitch, the Opera Geek. Where tomorrow night, against my own better judgment, but thanks to a promise that I made, I am going to start playing the Fatal Frame game for October and scare the shit out of myself again. And then on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, I will be participating in Virtual GaryCon and playing another game which I believe is also set in Icewind Dale. So, yay! I'm just going to be cold for the foreseeable future. You can also catch me Thursday here on Wandering DM playing in our Dragon Age game, where I'm everyone's favorite bacon-stealing dwarf, Babia. And that's me. Yeah.
I'm Justin, or Pirate Jesus. You can find me at Pirate Jesus. __ and Twitter, or otherwise I may make occasional appearances on somebody's stream in some form or another.
Usually with a Batman helmet on, but who's saying anything?
I don't know what you're talking
There's
about,
a reason that's an emote on
and
my
I don't know
channel.
what you're talking about.
I know, right? And for anybody in chat who doesn't know us, yes, that person is my husband for 15 years. Yeah.
I was muted. Congratulations, by the way. Or my condolences. It's either or.
Congratulations, I haven't killed you
way.
yet, but I do listen to a lot of murder podcasts.
As long as he's not your brother.
That's true.
I mean, we're not in 10 towns. But that said, up next is Tumai.
Hello everyone. I play Alize, and you can find me on Twitter for Professor XR. And I'm happy to be here. So thank you, Simon.
No problem. Justice, you're next.
I am Stashman doing all the socials. You can find me touting my facial hair or talking about random other things. I'm also part of the team at Bard and Barbarian, and we have several streams throughout the week. One I'm real excited about this week is on Thursday over on our channel. You can catch us picking back up on our Wild West Call of Cthulhu game, Down Darker Trails. The adventure is really starting to heat up. They're just now finding some of the spoopy stuff. So it's a bi-weekly game, so when we get to do it, I'm really excited. And we've got a couple other shows that we are running, so check us out on the socials and on our Discord to see the full schedule.
When is the Cthulhu again?
That's going to be Thursday at 8 Central. Or sorry, 8 Eastern. We just moved to Mountain Time, so I'm still trying to keep
I'll be
all
able
that
to
straight.
tune in after Dragon Age.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, I played in a Cthulhu, a Down Darker Trail game, and I loved it.
It's I don't do that great of a job as a storyteller, but the cast is
That's
phenomenal.
not even true.
I kind of wind them up and just let them go.
Probably incorrect, and you're just getting down on yourself. So please don't do that. I'm pretty sure you're probably a fabulous storyteller.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great cast.
It's all in the mustache.
And
Knowledge.
and lastly, Diana.
Hey, yo, I'm Diana D'Amico. You can find me at D'Amico Diana on Twitter. I know that's an Italian name. None of you will be able to spell it. If you do, bonus points, A++.
Excuse me?
D-I-I-M-M-I-C-C-O?
No. I'm also the other half of Bard and Barbarian, so I am in basically everything that Justice does over on our Twitch channel. We're also about to pick back up with World of Darkness later on this month for some extra spooky stuff. And yeah, I have a couple big announcements for streams here shortly too. But yeah, I'm here. I'm on the internet all the time.
And
That's it.
I am Simon at Wandering DM on Twitter. At Wandering_DM on Twitter. You can find me back here on Thursday for the penultimate episode of our Dragon Age campaign, Search for Enders. Penultimate for this season anyway. We will be back for another season later. And we have a lot of secrets and surprises for this week. So you'll want to tune in for our Thirsty Thursdays. Then on Friday, we are reprising our Cyberpunk Red campaign with the opening of Season 3. If you did not watch it yet, one of our cast member, Anino, at Anino Gaming on Twitter, made a promo video for Season 3 that you can go check out. It's on his Twitter. I've also uploaded it to my YouTube page, so if you follow the links in my Twitter bio, you can find that video as well. And then on Saturday, not on this channel, but on the Level Up Dice channel, I am starting a campaign of Scion with a fun group of people. The announcements will come out tomorrow during the day, but you heard it here first. So yeah. If you want to see a Percy Jackson-like game set in modern days where people play Children of Gods, be sure to tune in. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. That said, thank you everyone for coming, and have a good night, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye!
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, bye-bye.